Hello. Almost a year ago, I was headed towards Oklahoma City, and I saw some guys. Is about when there's an area in Wynnewood where you turn one way and there's a little gas station. You turn the other way, there's another gas station, and it's an exit that goes towards Wynnewood. But there's one gas station on one side and one gas station on the other side of I-35. And I go to the gas station on the other side of 35 on the east side, and there's two guys in there with a U-Haul, and they're from Dallas, from the Texas area. And I told them what happened with law enforcement, what they did to me, and all the things that have been going on. And they said, "Well, isn't there something you can do? Isn't there something that you can do to stop it?" I said, "No, there's nothing. They put my face on the internet with red, white, and blue saying they arrested me. Anytime I email my resume to anybody, the first thing they see is I have been arrested in Austin, Texas by Intel Corporation." I told these people there is nothing I can do. My name is already out there. I already sent my resume out to every company that I could. The first thing people do is they look up somebody. That's the first thing people do. Even the police. Let's look on Facebook. We're gonna find something out. Look on it. It's not hard to look up something about somebody, especially if you're the police. But when everybody already knows who I am, that's what makes it worse because everybody already knows who I am. So anyway, this is a little video about Brian Kim saying, "Woo, me okay," because they thought they were going to get out of it. He goes, "Hey, bro, we want to take you to a restaurant because I thought I was going to start being able to date this young lady named Sun. Actually, she's younger than me. That's why I say young lady, but I think she's in her 30, 35, 36, 37 years old. I don't know. She might be older than that, but she's probably about 36, 35, 36. But I thought I was going to get to try to date somebody because she's real nice, real kind. They put me next to her to work for her, work with her. And instead of telling the truth, what they did was it was all a setup. They were trying to fire me the whole time. They brought me there to make me use all the money that I had saved up from the COVID relief fund. They were just going to get rid of me. The whole thing was just a plot because Brian Kim knows the truth. Because I remember her name is Yu Young. She calls herself Cherry Kim. She's married to David Kim, but her real name was Yu Young. She told it to me, and I remember her from years ago. Brett, I can lie to look. I can pretend I not know nothing. I stupid. She was doing stuff like that. I'm like, why is this lady acting? That was her at AQS. That was her, Yu Young. She knew what was going on. They all knew what was going on when I got there. They were just pretending and lying the entire time. Nobody wants to work for a liar. Nobody wants to marry a liar, live with a liar, be near a liar, because they're just going to lie to a person the rest of their life. But anyway, Brian invited me to the restaurant because what they would do is they would speak in Korean at lunch. They'd all talk in Korean. They had me sit right beside them. And I thought it was all right. I thought it was nice because I was around people I want to be around. But the whole thing was they were talking behind my back in Korean, and then they would say stuff to see if I would recognize what they were saying. But the stupid thing was they'd be talking in Korean, and all of a sudden they'd say something like no 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 Boston Red Sox no 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 no, and then they'd start asking questions. Hey Brett, you ever know that this team that did this and this? They have a little red. Oh, you mean Boston Red Sox? And they would go oh, and they all start pointing like I can speak Korean. I don't like people acting like I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. But Brian Kim took me here to this place, and they're all acting like my friend, feeding me stuff. Here, have some of this. Here, have some of that. And Brian said, "Woo, me okay, Brett. Woo, me okay." He's not okay. He's not going to be okay. So as you go through this video, you have already seen some of the things that I've posted. Basically, you've committed crimes against us. There's no excuse. You cannot justify allowing people to try to murder somebody in a car wreck. You can't justify that, Carter County Police, FBI. You cannot justify that. You've let it happen. Everywhere I go, every police officer just pretends he doesn't know what I'm talking about. In Dallas, Texas, the FBI came out, big old FBI come out, marching out like he's getting ready to do something. That was over 2 months ago. Then they did the same thing up here in Ada. I go by a church, and all the policemen are coming out of the church like they're getting ready to do something. Every time I turn around, policemen act like getting ready to do something. When the ones in St. Louis, Missouri saw me walking through the streets of Missouri, that sheriff, he got mad. He turned around. He was so mad, and nothing's been done. Here I sit 3 months later. Actually, I think it's more than 3 months because I think I was there around August, around the end of August, September, something like that. I could look it up. I could look the time for. I still got the tickets. I walked a lot, but I did ride the train when I was there a few times. I ran out of money really fast. But everywhere I go, there's another person trying to set me up, just like last night in Van Alstyne. I think it was Anna or Van Alstyne. It was the Walmart I went to. I think it was an Anna. It was an Anna. And two guys come in and they start taunting me just like everywhere I go. Somebody just starts. They wait till I get there. They start going in and then they start laughing and joking like they're having a good old time just to taunt me. Everyone knows who I am and they do it on purpose to get me arrested. And they try to start a fight. I finally had to say, everyone knows you're lying. Everybody's watching you lie right to my face. Leave me alone. Now, with that said, one thing that Chong, which was Son's brother-in-law, because he was married to Son's sister, he showed me a picture like this. He was trying to make it look like he was making, it was okay for me to date his sister-in-law. And he showed me a picture like this. Come on, here it goes, like that. Well, I can't wait till God the Father marks you with 3 6s. I hope it's all over your face, all over you. You can't get away with it. I hope God just burns 3 6s all over you, where you can't get out of this. I can't wait for you to be exposed. You're already exposed. You just keep playing games. Anyway, here's Woomeok, and here's AQS, where I worked. What Brian did was he left the company and went somewhere else, hoping that would resolve the problem. You can't just run from this. You can't just get a new job and run from it. So for the faces, here they are. Here's Chong. That's his wife, Jamie. There's Blake. He said, Brad, people really don't like me anyway. Here's Brian Kim. Move that out of the way. There's Brian Kim. I thought he was a friend. He was pretending the whole time. Pirium, sorry. Now I pray God puts 3 6s right on your forehead. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how pretty a person is. Doesn't matter how nice they are. It doesn't matter anything. If they're not going to tell the truth when they know the truth and they're just going to let me die in the streets, I'm going to pray God puts 3 6s right on your forehead. And when that happens, everybody's going to know who the real devils are. Because you guys sacrificed me. Every one of you knew who I was when I got there. And I know he did because he said something to me. And I realized what they were doing when he walked up. And the Lord God says I have to circle his face. He walked up, handed me a piece of solder. Let me know that was my job, soldering. I can write software. I can test and debug. I can do things that a lot of people cannot do. And I cannot get a job in the United States of America because all these people that know the truth, including your Carter County Sheriff, and they will not tell the truth. So I can't wait for the Lord God to give this plague a black mist out of the ground, coming out of every crevice, or just like the 10th plague of Egypt. Just remember, Beverly Anderson from Motorola said around the year 2006, 7, 8, 9, something like that, right before she left, she said, hey, Brett, look, pie. You know what this is? And she showed it, and it was the pie symbol. She goes, our doors are already marked. Just look, our doors are already marked in the lamb's blood. And she smiled. She already knew they had sacrificed me. They know the 10th plague's coming. They don't care. They don't care. They sacrificed your firstborn. Now, one more slide here. You can't get away with lying. I drove this car like this, except the bumper was actually hanging down. This is tape right here. This is electric tape. The bumper was hanging down. It was actually about 1 inch from the ground. 1 inch from the ground was just hanging down. And I drove it. It was parked right in front of the Alba laundromat with the bumper hanging down. The actual front end was towards the road. So everybody could see that my car was destroyed, and I was just sitting there. And instead of coming up to help me, they had people going and checking the trash can to see what was in the trash can. They were going to try to blame me for anything they could get me for. Instead of having the police and the sheriff come up and say, hey, are you okay, man? Are you okay? No, they were trying to arrest me for anything they could. I stayed there for 3 days. All they did was leave quarters inside the laundromat, hoping I'd steal a quarter, but I didn't. I didn't take anything. Nothing. I did use their sink to with a towel so I could wash up because I didn't want to stink because nobody likes to stink. What are you going to do when no one wants to help you, especially the sheriff? especially the police officers. All they want to do is try to arrest you, and I've done nothing wrong. I've been all over the state of Texas in that car. I hit a deer near Woodville. I ended up staying at the hotel in Woodville, right across the street from the police. Somebody put a screw in the side of my tire. In the side. It was the back tire, but it was right in the side of the tire. Not up here, but right in the side. And it was straight in. And they gave me a flat. And I got that flat right by that Tennessee oil company out there between, it was before I was about 50 miles before Lufkin. He even said, "You're never going to find this place again." I found a picture of it, Tennessee Oil Company. But everybody knows. Just remember that I drove this car over all over Texas for about 2 months. Rockwall, Garland, Richardson. I even was in Garland. I saw a police officer and I was waving at him as I was going by, and he was doing this. Just kept turning his head back and forth, pretending like he didn't see me. You can't hide it. I had policemen turning their lights on to pull me over, and then they turned their lights off and drove away. I had that happen in McKinney. I had that happen in Dallas, in Garland, in Dallas. I had it happen everywhere. I had a police officer in Plano, right at the Walmart, see me drive by, and I'm just waving at him like this as I'm driving by with a car like this, destroyed in daylight. I drove at nighttime like this, at daytime like I drove through the police station, through the parking lots, waving at police officers. And I get here and you arrest me? I'm just letting you know, everybody's watching you lie. Carter County, Dallas, Irving, Plano, McKinney, especially McKinney, because you have a U.S. Marshals right there. You have a U.S. Marshal building right there. I left y'all a tom right there, a drum in 2019 when I came back after they fired me. It went right before they had me arrested. Right before they had me arrested in Austin, Texas. I left a big old drum right there in front of your U.S. Marshal building, and I left one right there in 2610 Lookout Drive, right in front of Joe Nunez's house. I left another tom there. You guys ruined my life on purpose, and now you just want to walk away. It can't happen. If you commit a crime, you allow crimes to be committed. If you know someone tried to rape somebody or murder somebody, you're supposed to investigate. If you know Intel Corporation is guilty, it doesn't matter how much money they got. Intel Corporation is guilty. Kyle Whaley knows the truth. Plano, Dallas police officers, you know the truth. The Hills Have Eye guys. Yeah, you talked to me years ago. You said you better not call me that. I'm calling you that. You look like the Hills Have Eye guys. You had a messed up eye on your face. I don't make fun of people like that, but I'm mad at you because I reported these crimes right to you. I told you how to find the evidence, and nothing's been done. Here I am still driving in circles, still sleeping on a couch because you will not do your job. You knew this in 2005, and you still won't tell the truth. I hope God takes your firstborn tonight. Have a good day, liars, murderers, thieves, rapists, cowards.